Just a quick little audio check. If it works, we can be good to go. Okay. Yep, that works. So that's fun. That's cool. Yeah, the stream got delayed by a bit. I had some stuff come up at the very end. So yeah, um, streamer late. It's fine. Anyways, so what are we planning to do today? So, um, as it was also discussed in, I believe, our last stream, which got hijacked because of the server going down, and then we just played Minecraft for a while. Um, I would like to talk about the university a bit. Um, the factory has been unlocked. Here's the thing. I want to talk about Enlightenment Age as a whole. Um, I want to talk about university a bit, and then, if possible, I want to hint a little about what we'll be doing in industrial age and above. So that is what our um, you know flow of the stream is going to be. Let's just see what all we can cover. I have no idea how long I would be able to stream today because the stream is already late enough, but we'll see. So let's review our progress so far. So we have reached enlightenment age, and we are doing quite well when it comes to being offense. Our offensive troops, the heavy infantry is maxed throughout. Our armory is maxed. Our infantry is maxed. Our sabotage war tactic is decently maxed. It's not maxed yet because my war academy can get an upgrade as well. Uh, so yeah, I would like to upgrade my war academy and my library ASAP because there are some upgrades which I want to do. Use Okay. Let's talk about Enlightenment Age first. Now, I sort of don't like Enlightenment Age. Enlightenment Age is one of the better ages when it comes to an upgrade in your offensive capabilities. For example, you get an upgrade on each of your barrack, which adds 5 extra troop space, and from your library, you can upgrade it and get the stunning army research, which gives another 15 troop space. So, Enlightenment Age in total adds plus 30 troop space to your army, which is huge. Uh, However, a lot of the power surge, as I have mentioned in the past streams as well, comes from the airstrip, which will unlock in industrial age. The problem with Enlightenment Age, it unlocks stuff like a factory. Now, factory is a very interesting building, as factory troops are going to be your primary uh, troop and primary attack strategy from industrial, global, and atomic age. It is only when you're late atomic age you would switch again to barrack troops. So that's one good thing, and that is why I had built factory, and now it's upgrading to fact level 2 so that I would be able to train commandos. Um, so that is a very key building which you would want to have, which you would want to have, or which you would want to build on your base ASAP. Um, Other than that, yeah, max out your barracks, max out your, upgrade your library, max out the standing army research, and yeah, just the same what we had discussed about in our weekly review. Offense first. Anything that upgrades your offensive capabilities, do it, upgrade it, research about it, and only once you have done that, think of upgrading your defensive buildings. So that is what we are doing. We have finished our barracks. We have our factory is on upgrade and it will be finished soon as well. After that is done, we would be going over and just give me a second. Let me just spam infantry really quickly. Cool. Um, See, this is why I have said that heavy infantry is one of the best troop tactics, or one of the best, um, combination to use. It's that easy. Anyways, um, right. So that is what you want to do. You don't want to upgrade to industrial just yet. We still need to finish our upgrades. I also would like to finish my mercenary camp if possible. So our immediate priority is library, war academy, and the mercenary camp. I can upgrade stronghold, but I don't really see a reason to do it just yet. But yeah, this is something which we would want to do as well. Okay, let's do a little bit of more raids. Let's actually hold up for a second. Okay, that's an industrial base. I don't like that. We'll move. Um, I think I can take the base. Even if not, the farms at the edges are a huge blessing because that just gives us a lot of food, a lot of quick food, which we can just grab and leave. Um, yeah, I think I'll just grab the food and leave. Good enough. So yeah, it's still what we have talked about in the past. You just have to, you know, weigh your uh, options. Is it better to go for a 5 star, or is it better to just go for a quick cheeky loot and just do what you feel or what you think is the best at that point? That is exactly what we are still doing, but that is going to change very soon, as soon as we reach in industrial age, and we'll talk about that when we get there, of course. um, okay. Cool, we lost a lot of troops actually, which is less than ideal, but okay, we still managed to grab the win, which I think is what matters more. 42 troops is a big loss, actually, I'll be honest. I don't. I am beginning to question if it was worth it or not. We'll see. What all event tasks have we completed? Heal troops. Actually, I think I can. Yeah, I can do that. Let me research supply cart really quickly. Um, because then the heal troop task becomes slightly easier. It's not 100% easier, but yeah, it becomes decently easy for me to do. If I can get 2 more stars, I'll finish this, which is nice. Train and deploy horsemen. Quick victory star, purchase blessings, train troops, destroy all the buildings. That all is done. Heal troops, use war tactics, purchase blessings. So mostly it's just blessings. The problem is I don't get raided that often, and because of that, uh, okay. So for those of you who don't know, just yesterday an update has rolled out which has made hunting troops significantly better. For example, if what is the game not updated? Yeah, that's pre-update. That is pre-update statistics. Give me a second, guys. Apparently not. I thought that those were pre-update stats, but I just checked and they are not, which is surprising because I remember them being actually good. Whereas these stats are a lot poor when I compare it to what I had assumed or what I had remembered the stats to be. Anyhow, um, okay, so hunting in early ages is still not very viable option, but yeah, for other ages higher than I don't know industrial or atomic, it's actually really worth it to just hunt for stuff and hunt for all these things. Um, I still need 63,000 coins. I'm not sure about the coins, but I can grab a lot of food really quickly. So I'm gonna do that. Good enough. So 168,000 food, which is nice, I believe. Um, I still require 100,000 coins. Oh, sorry, 100,000 food, which is a lot. I am hoping for an easy base where I can grab like uh, a lot of food really quickly. However, I don't think that is happening. Actually, it might have happened. Um. Okay. Here's the thing. I can grab a lot of coins, a lot of oil, really quickly. Um. So yeah, let I think I would do that. I want to do that. If I can grab all the oil, that's decent enough. I wouldn't call it a good raid, but that was a decent raid. 250,000 food, 600 oil. Nice. I have a lot of stuff left of food, which is slightly annoying, but oh yeah, I am not. Let's actually just finish it entirely. I don't think, yeah. So, wow, I am severely lacking in the library department. I need to start playing catch up because it's this tree which has been unlocked, and I still am yet to finish the remaining two trees, which is bad considering banners is one of the very essential library tech which you should I should have researched by now. I just don't have enough time to play on this account if I'm being very honest. And that is like one of the reasons why it's so negligent. But yeah, we'll see what I can do about that. Uh, I yeah, I think I would. Okay, so one is done. I should be looking at finishing War Academy and then Mercenary Camp. That would be 8 citizens. Unless I want to finish Versatile, which would give me 11% boost on troop health. Both of them are equally tempting if I'm being honest. Even Stronghold is like incredibly tempting to upgrade. There's just so much you need to upgrade in the early ages that you are never sure of what's the right way of going about it, and that is, can you please not do that? And that is one of the uh, many reasons why people end up, you know, upgrading everything. And yeah, overall stuff happens then. Do I have? I don't. Um. Okay. Nice. When this reached, I'm sorry. Um, cool, cool, cool. Um, nope. That is a gunpowder age base. No, it's fine. We can find better bases. I have not found any enlightenment age base. It has always been either an industrial base or a gunpowder age base. Um, yeah, I can grab. Cool. Okay, the base would be destroyed before I get a second rally, so it's fine. That was fast. However, I'm not enjoying the bonuses which I'm getting. It's quite low, if I'm being very honest. Um, let's go and do more raids. Another gunpowder is base. I think our strategy earlier worked perfectly. Do that, rally to the stronghold, and then just spread all the troops. Although I would prefer a cluster of troops near the fort. Okay. The problem with earlier trading is you spend so much time, uh, sitting idle and waiting for your troops to retrain. That is not a very fun type of wait which you can do. So that is like my one biggest problem with early age trading, which surprisingly, once you get to industrial, just stops existing. Industrial age, you can do back to back lossless raids, which is so awesome that it's just awesome. I have no other way to say it or to put it. Enlightenment age base. Um. Okay, it's fine. Um. I can grab food and leave, but I don't want to do that. Um, it's the same strategy which That's all right. Um. Okay, I can at least get decent amount of food really quickly, which is nice. Okay, that is slightly annoying, but okay, it still worked out. So let's just give him the 10% victory and then we can leave. We have 80 infantry. We might be able to do a full raid actually. Let's see if I can get a base where I can full raid it. Another gunpowder base. You have readout catapult, which are actually nah, leave it. Um, I'm actually hoping to get commandos because I would like to experiment a little with the commandos before industrial age as well. Because I feel like they are still a decent troop to use. Nice. Cluster of them here and just spread out everyone else. You can just leave. We don't even have to deal with those troops or those defenders. Um, was it worth it? I am not sure, but okay, that's something. We have 5k oil already. I don't know what I'll do with that oil. Let's take speed ups. It's 1.8 and this is 2.6. Wow. Um, is there anyone online? I can log into my account and provide my. Actually, let's not do that because what do I have trained? Do I have attack helicopters trained or do I have um commandos trained? Because if I have commandos trained, they might be decently useful. Okay, it is commandos. Give me a minute, guys. Okay, we are back. Um, so I just donated myself a bit of troops because I feel like I was going nowhere with those, tiny raids. Nothing too fancy, just two commandos and 12 infantry. I'm not gonna use them right now. Um, I'm only gonna use them if I can find an industrial age base which I can actually destroy. You don't have to use those troops. If you want to, you can. Um, right. I'm not gonna use them. As I said, not gonna use them now. But if I can find a juicy industrial age base, I think it might be worth it. Um, it's an industrial age base, but it's Koreans, and I don't like Koreans because, as we have talked about, that Koreans is one of the best defensive nations. Even though in these early ages you are not going to play defense a lot, but still the Korean infantry are a pain in the back to deal with. So let's try and avoid Korean bases for now. Um, Enlightenment age. Here's the thing. That's a lot of oil. And I'm not gonna let that slide away. Do you have a sniper tower? Oh, the ATG. Nice. Good enough. That's like 1200 oil, which is a lot. Like in our early ages, 1200 oil is marvelous. Okay. Okay. So yeah, they have not updated the game. That makes sense. Not interested. I think I should be able to take this base. I just need one sabotage, a couple of infantry here, a rally to here, and yeah. Now just I spread everything out. Let's drop like 10, 15 here. That should be good enough. And the base should be down in no time. So see, you just need to be patient, and there will always be bases which you can 5-star with minimum losses. Even in early ages where defense overpowers offense, uh, you will find bases which are abandoned. You will find bases which are not that strong and which you can actually deal a lot of damage to, or even get 5 stars with minimum losses. So it's not impossible. It's just you need to be a lot more patient. Uh, when compared to in a higher ages, because in higher ages literally every other base which you raid can be 5-star easily. So that is something which you need to keep in mind. In early ages it's doable, but you need to be very 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 patient, and know which base to hit and which base to just move away from. I'm just gonna see how much food I can actually grab. Okay, that was decent. 147,000. Um, it's a gunpowder base. I'm not really a fan of that. Enlightenment age base. It's a boxed base which I don't like. So we'll just move over to the next one. Industrial base. Most of this stuff is not worth it, or it's not worth it to attack the base. This is another gunpowder base. I am not sure. So let's move over again. Hmm. Enlightenment and Cleopatra assigned to the fort. I think as long as we can get all the oil, we are good to go. That's decent. 365 oil. Industrial age. Okay. Um, it's fine. We can go over to the next one. How long has the stream already been for like 45 minutes? It feels like I just started the stream, which is crazy, but okay, that happens, I guess. What song are you guys listening to? I had actually muted all the songs. Let me see. What song are you guys up to? Hmm. Okay, I see. I can rate the space. It's fine. Let's move to the next one. Okay, an interesting one. Um, a few troops here, few troops here, a few troops here, a few troops here, and then just spread it all around. Good enough. 50% quick victory town center. Is that complete destruction? Yep. Then we can just leave. That was 450,000 of food, which is a lot. I think that is enough for us to put our War Academy under upgrade. Yep. Actually, we'll put War Academy at the last because um stuff. I we want to upgrade university right now. I don't know. Let's do some more hits. We can talk about it later. Um, okay, interesting. A lot of oil which I can just snag really quickly, which is amazing. That was not very smart of me, but okay. 2080. Good enough. What's it's a 2.0. Just need 558 mil. Okay, yeah, the last one was an oil raid and not um I could raid it for 200,000. How worth is it? I don't think it's a lot worth it. Industrial, however, this one is totally worth it if we can pull it off. It's gonna be hard to pull this one off, but I think we can do it because even if everything fails, we have alliance troops and mercenary troops. So we should be fine. Yeah, we've lost a lot of troops, which is not ideal, but the Colosseum is still not destroyed. But it won't spawn, so it's fine. Nice. That was an awesome raid. 600,000 food, actually 800,000 food, which is a lot. I believe that enables us to just put the mercenary camp on upgrade right now. Yeah. Um, Coins. What do I use coins on? I could finish the research really quickly. Um, Problem is most of these require food and not coins. Archaeology has opened up. I will have to finish this as well. Also, state of defense has opened up. Wow. I need to play catch up on library really quickly, or like really badly, because it's just not looking good on that part. Um, I can build another trap. Yeah, it's fine. Um, is it done? That'll be 1 hour 30 minutes. Cool. Another enlightenment age. It's fine. I actually forgot that a lot. Huh? Okay, that requires a screenshot. Okay, so that's a tower on top of a parliament. It's one of those map editor glitched, but yeah, it's a fun one. All these bases like this would be a walk in the park once you get to industrial. I can't wait to get to industrial. If you cannot tell, um, another enlightenment, not worth it. Okay, okay, that is slightly annoying. No, now I don't care. I actually forgot that some of these songs were actually a bop. It's been so long since I actually made this playlist. Um. Okay. Both of. It's fine. We can just skip. Let's grab the oil and then we can skedaddle out of here. And battle. Cool. Mm, okay, nothing much. Let's move to the next one. Um, Not much. Let's move to the next one. Um, Another gunpowder. Not much food to grab as well. I believe I need 1.6 million. How much do I have right now? Let me just check. 364. Actually, that's a lot to grab. Um, this might be the time when I actually use um my lance troops because cool. Okay, I need to refill my lance troops. I'll do that later, but yeah, this was this was like what I'm talking about. Most of the times, it's not. Um, I believe Joe is online, and Joe likes to fill troops. So if Joe is gonna fill the troops, I won't take the hassle of it. But if not, I'll go to my alt account and fill the troops for myself. I wanna let me actually build a few walls. You may have observed that my base is like very weirdly formed. I have a small patch here, then I have a circle here with two forests here. My next plan is to go all the way around this and just have these all forests standing there. Same thing on this side. Um, so that is something that I am. Let me see if I can grab a town center. Um, where is the fort or the castle? However you wanna call it. Um, And I'll actually put the mercenary camp in here as well, because mercenary camp, actually the versatile slow might also be useful here. Maybe this side. Um, Stronghold can be used here. Parliament can be used here. I'll finish it later. I'll actually use all the walls. Or I'll keep these many so far. I mean, here's the thing, gate is not really necessary. Um, okay, I'll see how I can make the base nicer. I need to make a war base. That is one thing which is on my agenda. The problem is, as I've said, this account has been like a very neglected one. So I'm not sure by when will I be able to finish the war base. And also, I just realized I don't think I will be um talking about uni today, because our last stream we still have the stream summary which I need to edit, and I don't want to have a lot of backlog or backup. So I'll do that, and I'll use and we'll talk about uh, uni after that video is uploaded. Uh, the problem was it was supposed to be today, but our attacking in gunpowder age video just came out of nowhere, and that sort of pushed everything back by a week. Um, um, okay, here's the thing. It's only the one stronghold which is slight annoyance. So we might be able to sabotage it and just destroy it before it can hurt us. And just spread out our troops and one 1.7. It's 1.8. If I can get 164,000 more, I can do that. Let me actually upgrade the walls a couple of times. I'm sorry. And that seems a good investment of our coins as well. Um, Not worth it. Enlightenment age, not worth it. I just need 164,000 food, if I remember correctly, which is not a lot. Um, if only I had alliance troops. This is where I actually needed the alliance troops, not the last raid. It's fine. Um, Not much. Enlightenment age. We have one catapult, two catapults. Second one, I don't need to worry about just yet. If I can get rid of the first one quickly, because it's Germans, I don't really need to worry about it. Actually, I can just do that and it should be fine. Cool. There is still one more which can mess up the attack, but there are a lot of infantry. I think we'll be fine. Yeah, we are fine. More than fine, actually. Complete destruction. Cool. GG's. I think that is enough of food and enough of raiding as well for today. Let me see what our tasks have been finished. Um, Wait. Yeah, let me put War Academy at upgrade as well. I have, yeah, I can put this on upgrade. Um, I believe my embassy also needs upgrading. Yeah, there's just so much stuff which needs upgrading. What are tasks have we finished? We have finished 12 tasks, which is nice. Heal troops. Use war tactics. 7 war tactics I still need to use. Purchase blessings. I'm not sure what blessings do I need to even purchase. I'll see. The problem is my blessings don't get used up. That is like a slightly annoying thing. Oh yeah, this event finished. It is actually finishing today. The speed up event. Um, so let's actually just claim everything. That's finished. The part 6. Wait. The part 6. Sorry. Yeah. The legendary token. I need to deploy horsemen. That is actually purchase blessings. Actually, it's not place blessings, it's purchase blessings. Um, I'll be honest. Let's use an armor blessing. Let's use a weapon blessing. Um, how many do we need? We just needed 3, and we needed 12 of the horsemen. The remaining, we just fill it with infantry. Cool. Um, that's done. This will be done by tomorrow morning. Then I can deploy them in a winning battle and I'll be fine. I need to purchase one more blessing, which can really be anything. Here there is a lot of stuff which I still need to do. I'll purchase a gathering blessing tomorrow or something when I have citizens. Right now it's fine. I believe. Yeah, everything on this account is done. Let's actually switch to our other accounts. Uh, or actually, let's talk about wonders in one video, and I can use it as our episode 6 or 7, whatever the thing would be. Let me mute the songs and so that I don't get distracted. You guys can enjoy the song. It's not a big deal. Okay, so actually, let's do it this way, where we place all our wonders together. Um, okay, so let's talk wonders. 3, 2, 1. So, wonders are an interesting concept or an interesting building because what a wonder is in every alternate age or every 2 ages, you get a wonder which you can build and it will give you some random boost. It's not random, it's a predefined boost, but it can be anything from, say, defender hit points to something like a grant to your nearby farms. So uh, it's essential that you pick the right wonders so that they can actually affect or they can actually impact your game in a positive manner. There are, I believe, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ages or 7 wonders which you can choose from. It's quite fitting that there are 7 wonders in your game and there are also 7 wonders of the world, but it has nothing to do with that, and I hope it's not. Or it might be because the recent ages they have decided not to add any wonders, and it might be a reason why they don't want to add any wonders. Anyways, that's just hypothesis which we can keep adding. Moving on, let's talk about what wonders you would want to choose and why would you want to choose those specific wonders. So the first wonder, the first choice of wonders comes in Bronze Age, where you can choose either Acropolis, you can choose Pyramids, you can choose Stonehenge, or you can choose Hanging Gardens. Uh, to go over all of them, firstly, it's a no-brainer. You should pick Acropolis. Reason, it gives defender spawn time minus 20% and minus 15, sorry, plus 15% defender HP, which means it makes your defensive base stronger. Whereas all the remaining ones, Pyramid, Stonehenge, and Hanging Gardens, are economic wonders which don't really affect a lot in the late game because, as we've talked about it in the past, once you get to like industrial or atomic age, you can essentially raid non-stop, and because you can raid non-stop, what ends up happening is you are always full on resources, and so any economic wonder in the long run is just a waste of time and effort. And rather, you should build a wonder which is either defensive, like the Acropolis, or offensive, like the Colosseum, or the wonders which we'll build in the later stages. So, Bronze Age, there is a clear winner. You should pick Acropolis and build it. There is no second even close by. Then you get to Classical Age, and in Classical Age, you get an option between Colosseum, Terracotta Army, Forbidden City, and Notre Dame. The thing is, it's a very debated age because all these four wonders are decent. On this account, I have built Colosseum. On my main account, Vapula, I have Terracotta Army, as you can see right now. On my other account, Vipar, which is also a part of this alliance, I have Forbidden City, which you can see right now. So yeah, it's pretty debatable on which wonder is the best. The thing is, Notre Dame is one of the weakest of the four. But let's go over why all of those wonders are the best. So let's start with Terracotta Army. The thing is, Terracotta Army is good because it allows you to summon a Terracotta Army. Now, just like from Stronghold, you can, appoint an army which is another disposable army, sort of. That is exactly what Terracotta Army does. It gives 10 heavy infantry and 10 archers of your barrack level. Sorry, not of your armory level. So, for example, if I had Terracotta Army, my infantry would be Enlightenment Age maxed, whereas my archers would be just the Chukonu, or which are, I believe, Iron Age archers, because I've not upgraded them in my armory. So, uh, the one drawback of choosing Terracotta Army is you need to keep both your archers and ranged archers maxed out at all ages. Did I just say archers and ranged archers? I meant infantry and ranged infantry. Anyways, so that is one drawback of Terracotta Army. It's a good uh, sorry, it's a good wonder because it gives you an additional disposable army which you can use in your World War attacks, but it's not really that impactful. Where it's not really that impactful, basically. Colosseum is an interesting one because it's an offensive as well as a defensive wonder. It is defensive because it spawns warriors which are of the same level as your garrisons. So it just acts as a garrison, but with a much larger radius and slightly stronger troops. But the real reason it's liked by so many other players is because of its offensive capability, Strength of the Gladiator. Now, if you look at Strength of the Gladiator, it basically increases your attack damage and attack speed of the troops. So it's just like another war tactic, which you can use. It's a one-time use war tactic, which you use on a group of troops, and their attack speed and attack damage increases by a lot. This is especially liked by people who play with either paratroopers, because then you can get very strong paratroopers and snipe a lot of stuff. Or this is also used by people to kill high level defending generals on the defender basis. So and that is one of the reasons why even we use Colosseum. If you remember our video where we talked about gunpowder attacking in Gunpowder Age, we dropped bazookas and then we rallied them to the town center and dropped Strength of the Gladiator on top of them, just to make sure that the town center actually gets killed. So yeah, Colosseum is a very good wonder, and if you are uncertain about which wonder to choose, you should choose Colosseum. Now, the final one is Forbidden City. Now, Forbidden City is an interesting one because it is a must-have for defenders. Like if you are someone who wants to be a defender or who is an aspiring to be a defender, This wonder is a must. However, as it has been said multiple times on the streams, on our episodes, and even just on the Reddit and Discord servers, you will not be a defender until you are at least space age. My alt account Vapor, even though it's Cold War age and I have defensive artifacts, I am not technically a defender, or I'm not actually defending in World Wars as of right now, because my museum, even though I have the pieces, I don't have the resources to upgrade those pieces. So yeah, but because I already had two alternate accounts which are offensive, I didn't want to go, or I didn't want to have a third offensive account, and for that reason, Vapor is strictly defensive, and for that reason, I am comfortable with Forbidden City. But starting out, you should not be choosing Forbidden City until unless you are sure to be a defender. Just for context, my main account Vapula, when I started, I was sure that I would want to be a defender when I grow up the ages. So I chose Forbidden City, but then I fell in love with attacking so much that I realized that I don't want to be a defender anymore and I would like to be an offensive player. And so I had to switch out of Forbidden City to Terracotta Army. So, yeah, don't do what Vapula did and choose Colosseum. Then you have Gunpowder Age, where you can get either Versailles, Temple, Onkar Wat, or Taj Mahal. The thing is, all the remaining three, Temple, Onkar, and Taj Mahal, are pretty garbage, and there is not a lot of debate. Not a lot of debate, and you should be choosing Versailles for two reasons. One, it gives 10% HP to all of your troops, all of your ground troops, which would include your troops from the barracks. It would include the paratroopers, which you would train in airstrip, and it would also include all your factory troops and generals. So it covers every ground troop which you use, and that is why the 10% boost to their health is significant, and it's just amazing. Not to mention, it also, just like Colosseum, is a defensive and an offensive wonder, where its defensive capabilities, it acts 40% slowdown to the troops. So you cannot see the radius, but the radius is somewhat similar to the that of Acropolis, and so any troop which is in the Versailles slow region gets 40% slowdown in their movement speed, which is a lot of the time very devastating, especially for commando attackers, because their commandos are slow and they can get overwhelmed by the garrison and stable spawns. Not to mention, the Versailles slow remains even after Versailles is destroyed. The second closest one, which people think is good, is Onkar Wat. The problem with this is, as soon as the Wat is destroyed, its effect, its healing aura or its healing effect is also destroyed, whereas Versailles stays even after it is destroyed. So it's a no-brainer. You should always choose Versailles. Moving on to industrial. So actually, industrial atomic age, we'll actually come back to it later because it's a lot to talk about. Let's first go over. Let's first talk about information age. Why not? So information age, Bhuj Stadium and Taipei, you don't even want to think about it. Just get Hermitage and call it a day. Information age is just like your Gunpowder Age and Bronze Age, where there is a clear winner without even a second close contender. The thing is, Museum, as I mentioned, is one of the biggest game changer in this entire game. And if you look at it, the Hermitage slot. Uh, to unlock the slot, you need to build the Hermitage Museum, and one museum, one museum artifact can boost your troops' damage by 30%. Can boost your troops' damage by 30%, which is ridiculous if you think about it. So, because every age upgrade, you only get between 5 to 7% of upgrades. So, essentially, uh, one uh, god artifact or one amazing artifact can upgrade your troops' offensive capabilities by 6 ages, which is exactly why in when you reach to industrial age, it's always sorry, information age. Hermitage is without a doubt the wonder you would want to build. Bhuj can be a wonder which you would want to build, because it reduces building construction time, and as you get to higher ages, you will get weeks and weeks of upgrade times. So a 10-11% time reduction is something nice, and something people do when they are not actively warring. So there are people who take a break from wars due to personal reasons, or due to just being frustrated with the wars, whatever. So when people do that, they usually switch to Bhujalarap to boost their resource. Sorry, to boost their buildings times, and when they get back to the game and when they start warring, they switch back to Hermitage. That is something which people do. Yeah, so that was information age wonders. Then let's talk about space age wonders. Lotus Temple, absolute garbage. Don't even bother with it. World Fair units, okay, very large array. It's not garbage, but it's really not something ideal. Uh, because the thing is, it reduces rally cooldown. Okay, that's a good thing, and it allows you to collect a research building speed up once per week. The problem is earlier it used to be good because speed ups were very hard to come by. But as you saw, winter speed up pass, we were given so many speed ups just for free that the speed ups which you get from the very large array is sort of negligible, and also it's once per week where you can get anywhere between 1 hour speed up to a 1 day speed up. So it's a very random thing, and it's not really worth the risk of it. The other remaining two, which are Space Shuttle and World Fair Unisphere, are two of the most common choices. World Fair Unisphere is what all the defenders want on their bases, because it deploys the highest level defensive coalition when destroyed. So, as you've talked about coalitions in the past as well, they are basically troops, or they're basically um additional bonuses to either your offensive capabilities or your defensive capabilities. For example, Aztecs, Mongols, Cherokee, Americans, Ethiopians are all offensive troops, and are usually marked with a circle, whereas the ones marked with a shield, which are Egyptians, Maori, Indians, Russians, and Filipinos, are defensive coalitions. So the highest level of defensive coalition is deployed off of your World Fair Unisphere. Uh, so if you're a defensive player, you would want it. However, one of the most common choices, even among defenders, is Space Shuttle, and the reason for that is its satellite scan. Now, satellite scan is, you can read it. It's basically another war tactic where it disables all your enemy traps in a particular region. I'll post a pictorial representation of what it looks like right now. You can see all the radius and how many traps it would uncover and stuff like that. This was picked up from Dominations Prime Discord server. So if you would want to know more stuff or more intricate details about these nerdy stuff, I would highly recommend joining that server. Now that that plug is out of the way, let's talk about the two ages which we had skipped earlier: industrial age and atomic age. Now, industrial age is a fun age because three of the four Wonders are actually really amazing. Eiffel Tower is a garbage wonder, forget about it. The remaining three, Kremlin, Statue of Liberty, and Brandenburg Gate, are all three wonders which people love and which people use. And just like classical age, uh, Statue of Liberty is used by my main account Vapula, as you can see right now, and Kremlin is used by my alt Vapor, as you can see right now. Right. So why do I choose Statue of Liberty, and why do I choose Kremlin, and why is Brandenburg Gate a good tactic? Sorry, a good wonder. So Statue of Liberty, the oil bonus is barely anything, so I would not even bother with it. It's the second part, which is increases the damage of air units from airstrip. Now the thing is, in your airstrip, there are four different type of planes. You have fighter planes, you have bombers, you have paratroopers, and you have recon. The thing is, biplanes and bombers are are air units, whereas paratroopers are considered as barrack units. So what essentially happens with Statue of Liberty is it increases the damage of units from airstrip, which basically means your biplanes and your bombers will get boosted. I believe it's 22% damage boost, which you get from Statue of Liberty. So, uh, yeah, if you're someone who uses fighters like my main account Vapula or my 08 account Napula, both of these accounts use either fighters or bombers, because of which a Statue of Liberty on these accounts is a must. Uh, this account we will not be using fighters or bombers in the long run, and we would be transitioning to transports or paratroopers soon. And for that reason, I would recommend you guys to pick Brandenburg Gate. Now, the reason Brandenburg Gate is amazing is one, it increases the damage of factory troops. Now, the thing with factory troops is it was mentioned in today's stream as well that from industrial, global, atomic, even Cold War to some extent, you'd be using factory troops only. And when I mean factory troops, it would be commandos and bazookas, or commando and heavy infantry. One of the two is what you would be using for all these four ages, and because you would be using it for all these ages, it's best that you actually have a wonder which boosts these troops. Not to mention, you get Blitzkrieg, which, just like Strength of the Gladiator and Satellite Scan, is also a war tactic, which disables any defender spawning building in its region. It can be garrisons, it can be Colosseum, it can be stables, it can be rocket arsenal, bunkers, anything which spawns troops is disabled for, I believe, 11 seconds or 14 seconds, one of the two values. So which is awesome, especially when you are using commandos and bazookas or commandos and heavy infantry attack strategy. It becomes one of the most essential troop tactics to have. So that is one of the reasons why you would want to choose Brandenburg Gate. Now, why do we choose Kremlin? Well, as I mentioned, Kremlin Vapor is a defensive account, and because of that, any defensive anything defensive wonder is what I've chosen on Vapor. And thing is, Kremlin increases the HP of nearby walls and bastions. That's one thing, but the more important part is defenders spawn from the farms and farms when they're destroyed. So you can get 8 farms in your base, and from those 8 farms, 2 infantry spawn which are of the same level as your garrison again. So you can get around 16 17 heavy infantry just from your farms alone. It's not like garrisons, it won't continually spawn it, but still it disrupts the flow of attack, and every second wasted for the attacker is a second saved by the defender. So uh, yeah, for pure defenders, Kremlin is the way to go. But again, I will reiterate it for as many times that I can. You cannot be an impactful defender until and unless you are at least space age. So, if for all those in medieval age who want to be a defender, please forget about it or rush all the way to space age. You have two choices. Pick one and be happy with it. Um, so yeah, don't choose anything defensive unless you are 1,000% sure of it. Uh, so there's your industrial wonders. Now the final one, atomic age. Now here's the thing about atomic age, and the reason why I wanted to keep it for last is all four of these wonders have an argument. All of them are usable. There is no wrong or no right wonder in atomic age. However, all of them are very situational based wonders, and because of that reason, it's best that you know which one gives you the most benefit when choosing before choosing it. So United Nations, it gives three national trade goods once per day, and it deploys peacekeeping force. The thing is, peacekeeping force is very good in when you are like atomic age or uh, Cold War age, but the problem is it never actually upgrades with the age, and so the defenders that it spawns over time they become very weak, and so it's not very ideal. The thing is, the three national trade goods is an important key feature because, as you can see, to appoint these war coalitions, you need national trade goods. The problem with that is okay, reconnected. Where were we? Okay, let me see where we were. Actually, let's just start with atomic age wonders just in case. So, cool. So now let's talk about atomic age wonders. This the reason I wanted to keep atomic age as the the last one to talk about is because all four of these wonders, the Pentagon, United Nations, Space Needle, and Sydney Opera House, have some argument and they have utility. However, they are very situational utilities. So, for example, Space Needle is only good when you have at least 10 citizens in your university at all points. If not, it's not that ideal. Same reason with Pentagon, you need to have at least four decently leveled generals to use Pentagon effectively. If not, Pentagon is a waste. Um, Sydney Opera House is an awesome one because it gives you citizen and all that. So let's talk about all the wonders first, and then we can talk about which one you should choose. So United Nations is one, it deploys peacekeeping force when destroyed. The thing is, peacekeeping force is kind of stupid because it does not upgrade with the ages. So it's strong when you are atomic age or Cold War age, but as soon as you level up, it just becomes something attackers don't even bother with. So uh, they become very weak and they don't really have a lot of defensive capabilities. However, the first part is you can collect three national trade goods once per day. So when you are in war, there is 1 day of war day and 1 day of planning day. That is a one full war cycle of 2 days. So you can get six national trade goods during a full war. The problem is there are 8 different types of national trade goods, and the chances of you getting the one is random. And so most of the time you just end up getting garbage national trade goods, and that is why uh, United Nations is considered one of the weakest of the four wonders. However, some people still use it for the national trade goods, especially the people who don't have enough time to raid multiplayer attacks for NTGs. It's debatable how good it is, but yeah, it's a choice, but I would not recommend it. Moving on, we have the Pentagon. Now, Pentagon gives okay, the 20% faster air troop spawn is sorry, air troops training time is awesome. But as I have mentioned in the past, your aim is to get lossless raids. By lossless raids, we mean you should not be losing troops when you're raiding for multiplayer. And if you're not losing troops, the train time becomes absolutely useless. It was the same reason why we didn't choose French as a starting nation, because our aim is to get as little troop loss as possible. However, the second part is assign an extra general to the Pentagon for defense is a very interesting one, because in higher ages you can get as many as 3 generals in your uh, pot, and I have talked about it in my war weight video as well. And the best 3 generals which you want are Zhukov, Petra, and Sun Tzu. And for the fourth Pentagon general, you can choose any one of the generals. I recommended going for either Churchill or Hannibal. It's up to you which one you want to choose. But yeah, the Pentagon, you can get a fourth general for defense. The thing is, usually generals don't have a lot of HP in their early levels. So unless you have the 3 generals at very high level, your Zhukov, Sun Tzu, and Petra, and you have your fourth general also at like level 50 or higher, unless you can fulfill both of these criterias, Pentagon isn't really that worth it even for defenders. uh then you have Space Needle and Sydney Opera House. Now, the thing with Space Needle is it reduces university research time by 10%. Now, university is a whole video which we need to make at some point. But the thing is, university is one of the biggest time drains in this entire game. There are university researches which take as many as 700 days to finish nonstop, which, if you do the math, is more than 2 years. Which actually, it's not more than 2 years, it's 1 year and some months. Okay, but still, it's quite a lot of time which you have to spend in upgrading, sorry, like researching in your university. So Space Needle reduces that time by 10%, which is huge. The problem is, this is again a nerdy stuff which was calculated on the Dominations Prime. Again, if you have not joined that server, you should. I'll probably link it in the description of this video. uh, the thing is, people did the math, and until unless you have at least 10 citizens constantly in your university, it is not very effective. And the additional citizen which you can get from the Sydney Opera House just is better overall, unless you have 10 plus citizens in your university nonstop. So uh, the way I recommend, or with the way I suggest people do, is you do all the useful or the necessary university researches, which are usually the fast five: Chief Hevatawa, Mansa Musa, Amelia, Emperor Moctezuma, and Haile Selassie. And then you do Sally Rides, Alliance Gate, troop capacity, Harry Tubman, research spy reports, and a little bit of cherry picking of whichever troop you're using. And just forget about university after that. until and unless you are around space age or digital age and have two university time reduction artifacts. Once you have those two things, sorry, once you have those two things, you switch to Space Needle and just speed run and finish your university in like say 7 to 8 months max. So yeah, you can do that. That would require a lot of planning, but that is how I recommend, or how what I recommend people to do. That being said, Sydney Opera House. Now expeditions return 20% faster. This is a good thing. But the thing is, recently there was a dock rework where they made it so that you require only one citizen for expeditions. As you can see, only require one citizen. However, there is a library research called shipping, which reduces that one citizen as well. So you can essentially have zero citizens. I'm sorry. You can essentially have zero citizens in your running in your dock, and because there is no citizen requirement, usually you don't really care about the speed of the expedition. However, the second or the first boost, which is an additional citizen, is quite huge, because we have talked about it from day one that the biggest bottleneck in this game mm, is the citizens which you have. So any way which you can grab another citizen is 110% worth it, and that is why I would recommend you to start with Sydney Opera House. Once you reach digital or base or an age near to that, you switch to Space Needle. You just dial down and use all 16, 17, 20 citizen of yours in library, finish it in like 6, 7, 8 months, and then switch to Pentagon. It's a whole series of stuff which you would want to do, but that is what I would consider, or what I would suggest to be the most ideal way of choosing these wonders. You can skip around the steps, but the thing is, when you do that, your other things might suffer. So yeah, so pretty much we have covered all our wonders. Let's go over all of them. Bronze Age, Acropolis, without a doubt. Classical Age, choose Colosseum. If choose Colosseum in the beginning. If you think that you want to be a defender in Space Age, you can go for Forbidden City, but it's only necessary for defenders. If you're an offensive player, don't choose Forbidden City. Gunpowder Age, without a doubt, it should always be Versailles. Industrial Age, I would recommend Brandenburg Gate. However, you are free to use Statue of Liberty or Kremlin. The point is, Statue of Liberty should only be used if you are going to play with fighters or bombers, which is a slightly pay to win strategy. Paratroopers is a lot more pocket friendly. So if you don't want to have to spend a lot of money in World Wars, it's best if you were to actually choose uh, Paratroopers and choose Brandenburg Gate. Kremlin, again, just like Forbidden City, only choose if you are defender. If you're an offensive player, no need to choose Kremlin. For Atomic Age, you need to choose three different wonders. When you're starting, I would suggest starting with Sydney Opera House. Once you reach Digital Age or Space Age, switch it to Space Needle, finish your university in like 7, 8 months, and then go to Pentagon. That is the series which you would want to choose your Atomic Age wonders. For Space Age, without a doubt, Space Shuttle for 90% of the people. For pure defenders, you can choose World Fair Unisphere. However, even defenders prefer to have Space Shuttle, because defenders would have to do scout hits in World Wars. Now, I will talk about what scout hits are later. in the series when we actually get to the World War part of the things. But because defenders also need to do scout hits, it's usually best if they use space shuttle. And for information, it's without even a close competition. It's Hermitage Museum. Bojal Arab can be used if you are taking a break from World Wars, and by break I don't mean a 1 week break. It should be around like a month or a few month break, because the time reduction is only 10%, and 10% of say 18 days or 20 days is 2. So you won't really get a lot of benefit if you are switching to it for like a week or a month. If it's an extended break, you can switch to Bhuj Al Arab, and then when you would come back to the game, swap back to Hermitage. So that those are all the wonders dummified, or all the wonders in one singular video. I hope you enjoyed the video and all the formalities which need to be done. Like, share, subscribe, whatever. I'll see you guys again in the next video. Bye bye. Cool. That is another video now which I need to edit. I have so much stuff that I need to do that it's a nightmare. Anyways, that was a lovely little stream. I did not expect to be streaming for this long. So that's a thing. The stream died in the middle, so I don't know what happened. I'll see. I'll have to edit the video. I'm not gonna do it now, or like I'm not gonna do it this week. This week is probably week 2 recap, which will be uploading. I'm sorry. So yeah, this week it would be our week 2 recap, and if we have anything, if we have missed anything, we would cover that in week 2 as well. um cool. I hope you like the stream. It is Saturday, so we'll have a stream today as well at, I mean, for you guys it would be tomorrow at 17:30 UTC, but for me it would be today at 11 p.m. Yeah. So I'll see you guys very soon, actually, in less than 24 hours. Yeah, it would probably be, I believe, a Minecraft stream, our vegan hardcore series. Unless I will ask people around, or I'll ask some of my friends if they would want to do some co-op streams. Those are fun, and that could be something which we could plan as well. Yeah, it will either be a co-op stream or it would be a Minecraft hardcore, the vegan hardcore series continuing. It will not be a domination stream, most likely. I'm actually uncertain about how frequently I would want to have domination streams anymore, because thing is, now we have reached a point where our progression will be very like significantly slowed down. So I it's like even once a month, sorry, even once a week, I might not have enough content to talk about, and because of that, I'm uncertain on how frequently I would want to stream. But that's something we can talk about later, or that's something we can see later. For now, let's just enjoy the streams, and yeah, I hope you like the stream. And I'll see you guys again later. Bye bye.